Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, New York City remains on high alert after Tuesday's deadly terror attack. 29-year-old Sayfullo Saipov, originally from Uzbekistan, in the U.S. legally and most recently living in New Jersey, has confessed to renting a truck from Home Depot and then turning it into a weapon and purposely targeting people to run them down, all in the name of ISIS. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in New York with the latest.
In New York this morning, on a pre-planned trip to talk about national security, Attorney General Jeff Sessions praises the NYPD and its response to this week's attack.
The people of New York should know that they have one of the finest law enforcement institutions in the country, maybe the finest.
As we learn more about how the attack unfolded, now heartbreaking new images of those whose lives were taken. 6 lifelong friends visiting from Argentina caught up in the path of terror. 5 killed, another seriously wounded.
He actually doesn't understand all that happened yet, and it hasn't been explained to him.
Darren Drake, a 32-year-old project manager, out riding his bike between meetings.
He had everything going for him.
31-year-old Anne-Larie Ducat, a mother of 2 visiting from Belgium. 23-year-old Nicholas Cleves, a native New Yorker just starting his career.
He was a really kind, a really intelligent, a really curious person.
Nearly a dozen others injured, including 2 students and 2 staff members from nearby Stuyvesant High School. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio visiting students there this morning.
The solidarity you saw in that building was absolutely amazing. The way they backed each other up. Something New Yorkers should be proud of.
The city remains in mourning and on high alert after that chilling confession from the suspect in his hospital bed. Sayfullo Saipov admits to planning the attack for weeks. The neighborhood's starting to open back up, and we've been seeing hundreds of people out biking and jogging on this bike path all morning long. But everywhere there are reminders. Behind me, chunks are missing out of this tree from where the suspect hit it during the attack. A scar from what happened here on Halloween night. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Police are investigating an overnight shooting at a Walmart in Colorado. 2 men are dead and a woman is critically injured. The store was evacuated and police are searching for the 2 suspects, who are both believed to be men.
Witnesses indicated that there was an adult male that entered that southern doorway and just began randomly shooting into a group of people.
Colorado police say they cannot rule terrorism out, but there are no indications that this was terror-related. The post-Hurricane Irma headaches continue for many who live in a Manatee County retirement development. Residents in Colony Cove say at least 35% of the homes were damaged by the storm, and they're having problems getting relief from FEMA. Many say their claims have been denied. A FEMA representative visited the neighborhood Wednesday night. FEMA officials say there are different reasons why some claims are denied, mainly if a home is considered to be habitable or if the homeowner has insurance. They say there's still hope for the homeowners who have had their claims denied.
If you get a letter that says you're not eligible, there may be an avenue for you to update your application and to go through the process of appeal and perhaps getting that changed.
Extremely stressful. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm just in remission. It's playing havoc with my system. My husband has COPD, is on oxygen, and now that I'm getting mold growing in the house, he can't even be in some of the rooms.
FEMA has extended its application deadline for Irma victims. The new deadline now set for November 24th. FEMA also announcing those displaced by Irma can get an extension to their hotel stay until December. The Transitional Sheltering Assistance Program, which pays for short-term hotel stays, has extended the checkout date from November 5th to December 3rd. Eligible participants will get a phone call letting them know if they're eligible for the extension and what they need to do to stay at their current hotel or find a new one. Irma survivors who are not currently in the program but who may be eligible will be notified automatically. All right, time to get a check on our Thursday weather with meteorologist John Scalzi. And yeah, a little bit warmer.
Yep.
You know, but still very pleasant this morning.
I think we're going to hold just about here for the next 7 days. Is that all right with you?
That's fine.
Okay, you got it.
That's pretty nice.
That's what we're going to do then.
Okay.
All right, it's written down.
Stamped it.
I stamped it. We'll run it up the flagpole. I think everyone will salute. We're looking at some pretty quiet conditions around here. Van Wezel webcam put into motion doesn't show much in the way of any cloud cover around. A lot of blue sky, a lot of sunshine. Humidity holding about where it will probably be for the next couple of days, maybe a little bit higher on the humidity. But temperatures, nighttime lows, daytime highs, that's all going to be pretty much within the ballpark of average for this time of year. Satellite view shows a little bit of cloud cover over on the other coast, and we'll get some of that from time to time. But there'll be plenty of sunshine around to take our morning temperatures, which will be in the mid-60s, and drive them up to the low 80s each and every day for the next several days. Okay, so in some places, same temperature as yesterday at this hour. Other places, 2-3 degrees warmer. Inland is the biggest temperature difference. There's a better chance of seeing some temperatures in the low to mid 80s over the next several days in inland locations. But in our neck of the woods, I think 82, 83 for a daytime high is probably a pretty good bet right now. 77 in Venice, 75 Longboat Key, 78 Sarasota, 77 in Bradenton. Ah, man, that's perfect. Daytime high today tops out, as I mentioned, probably around 82, 83 degrees, and we'll have virtually no chance of rainfall today. Over the next several days, this trend continues into the weekend. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. In sports, the Oakland Raiders are spending the week here on the Suncoast ahead of their upcoming game against the Miami Dolphins, practicing at Bradenton's IMG Academies. After their loss last Sunday to the Buffalo Bills, the Raiders decided to stay on the East Coast rather than fly back to California to practice. This is the second year in a row the team has traveled to IMG ahead of a game, stopping here for practice between games against Jacksonville and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2016. The Raiders are set to face the Dolphins on Sunday night.
Here's a ground ball right side, could do it. The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time.
And the 55-year wait is finally over. The Houston Astros winning the team's first World Series last night. The team winning in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium, concluding one of the most thrilling fall classics in history. World Series MVP George Springer hit his 5th homer of the series and his 4th in as many games. In the top of the second innings, the Astros never looked back, winning 5-1. A sports agent and a baseball trainer are facing prison time for illegally smuggling Cuban players into the U.S. Court documents show prosecutors will ask a judge today to extend their 9-year maximum sentences, while attorneys for both men are seeking more lenient prison terms. Agent Bartolo Hernandez and trainer Julio Estrada were convicted by a jury in March. Trial evidence showed the pair ran an international operation to smuggle Cuban players off the communist-run island in return for a cut of their lucrative baseball contracts. Here at home, starting today, the Empty Bowls organization is holding luncheons to help support the Food Bank of Manatee. Today's event is happening right now at the Renaissance Hotel on 9th in Bradenton. The second luncheon will happen tomorrow at Main Street in Lakewood Ranch from 11 to 1. Those taking part will be able to take home a hand-painted ceramic bowl as part of their entry fee. Empty Bowls is an organization fighting to end hunger across the United States. And the Northport Police Department collecting more than 700 non-perishable food items in a recent effort. They were donated during the agency's trick-or-treat event and delivered to the Salvation Army yesterday. The department posting these photos on its Twitter page of the cans full of food. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the number of Americans living with Alzheimer's disease is growing, with more than 5 million people now suffering nationwide. I'll tell you about the new research looking into the cause of the disease. One local hospital is helping people register for health care during open enrollment, where you can get free help with your applications.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
78 degree air temperature with a dew point of 61. We have plenty of sunshine out there, as you just saw in our tower cams. And as we head into the afternoon, I think the worst that we're going to see is a little bit of fair weather cloudiness. Other than that, it's just really a spectacular day. In fact, we're into a series of wonderful, beautiful days, just as you would expect in November. The first part of November can be somewhat temperamental, but certainly we're right on the money for an average November day. Today, calm winds out there currently, although we've had generally an easterly flow or a northeasterly flow, and that will continue. Might even turn a little more northerly as we head into the evening and overnight hours because of a little bit of a trough in the upper atmosphere. I'll show you that in a second. Otherwise, local temperatures, nice. 78 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, 77, so is Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, Venice. 76 degrees in Inglewood, Longboat Key, cooler spot at 75, 80 at Punta Gorda, and as I mentioned, Sarasota smack where it should be at 78. So we have this big ridge of high pressure that sits over the deep south, meanders down across the Florida Peninsula, providing us with this easterly wind flow again today. Generally easterly wind flow. That varies a little bit. Sometimes it's east, sometimes it's southeast. It'll be north, I think, as we head into this evening, returning to northeast as we go into tomorrow. But generally, this high pressure is not really moving all that much. We have a couple of low pressure areas located to the north and back to the west, producing some inclement pockets of weather across the United States, in the northern part of the United States anyway. Rain showers and a few snow showers in down east Maine, back into the central Great Lakes, an area of low pressure, producing some rain showers there. That meanders down through the Ohio Valley back into parts of the northern Gulf Coast, where there is the potential here for some stronger storms a little later on today. Going to, say, Toronto or Chicago or Kansas City, there could be some airport delays because of weather. And then, for me anyway, the big news is about 2 feet of snow possible up in the northern Rockies, Olympic Mountain Ranges, northern Rockies. I'm going to see some pretty good snowfall there. And that's just an indication of the colder air that's amassing up in Canada and will eventually be working its way down in another blast of cooler air as we head into November. Not soon, not in the next 7 days, but I'm sure in the next 2 or 3 weeks we'll see that blast of cooler air come our way. High pressure stays with us, bringing us a nice sunny day. Bit warmer today by a couple of degrees perhaps than we saw yesterday, but that's about as warm as it's going to get for the next 7 days. And still dry, even though there may be an isolated sprinkle or two on the other coast. The air across the peninsula is just way too dry, as indicated here on the water vapor imagery by this tan color. That's dry air at mid and upper levels. As long as that's in place, none of those showers are going to work their way across the peninsula. There's that little kind of kink in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's what's going to kind of twist our winds more to a northerly direction. As far as the forecast for us today goes, continue watching that easterly wind coming in, turning a little bit more northerly with time. And that northerly wind, as I mentioned, will be with us through tonight. Boaters will pay attention to that. You'll see that north wind at about 10 in the forecast for beach and boating. giving you a light chop on your Bay and Inland waters. Everything looks great for the remainder of the 7 days. Maybe a sprinkle on Sunday. That would be about it. And don't forget, clocks go back at 2 a.m. on Sunday. Back to you, Scott.
John, thank you so much. Researchers believe midlife inflammation might play a role in the type of brain shrinkage that's associated with Alzheimer's disease. Chronic inflammation can result from conditions such as osteoarthritis, autoimmune disorders, or other factors such as obesity and smoking. Researchers used blood tests to detect inflammation in more than 1,600 people with an average age of 53. After 24 years, participants took a memory test and had scans to measure brain volume in several key areas. Those who had higher levels of systemic or chronic inflammation in the beginning had more brain shrinkage and greater difficulty performing that memory test.
What it's suggesting is that people in midlife who have a higher levels of systemic inflammation for whatever reason, later on in life, 25 years later, can show greater brain atrophy and greater problems with memory.
Dr. Rao says the relationship between inflammation and Alzheimer's type brain aging has been noted by previous studies, but experts aren't sure yet whether the inflammation causes the brain changes or vice versa. According to the CDC, the number of people living with Alzheimer's disease is expected to rise to 14 million by the year 2050. And if you need help comparing health plans or filling out an application during this year's open enrollment for health care, Venice Regional Bayfront Health is offering some free assistance until December 15th. Appointments can be made with the hospital's certified assisters by calling 483-7318. All right, time now to head over to the kitchen and say hello to Samuel Ray, who joins us again from Tsunami Sushi and Hibachi Grill in downtown Sarasota. Samuel, great to have you with us again in the kitchen. What's on your menu today?
Hey there, Scott. Always a pleasure to be back. Today we're going to do chicken lo mein, one of my favorites.
Sounds delicious. We'll be right back with you, Samuel. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-715-0835. That's 1-800-715-0835, 1-800-715-0835.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful.
That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Riverview High School is celebrating its 60th anniversary with a 4-day fundraising effort. It's called 60 hours of giving for 60 years of excellence. And here to tell us more is Riverview High School Principal, Dr. Paul Burns. Paul, thank you so much for being with us today.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having us, Scott.
Our pleasure. Well, first off, Paul, I know it's been a challenging few weeks at Riverview High School with some high-profile incidents involving Riverview students. Anything you want to say about the school and its students?
Absolutely, we have, but the beauty of Riverview is that it's a great school community, and so certainly we continue to focus on the safety and security of our students, while we also keep the focus on the academic performance of our students. So good students arriving to school every day, prepared to learn, then also with our teachers who are ready to receive them and push them and challenge them academically.
Well, let's get to the fundraiser, 60 for 60. The school's foundation trying to raise money for some very specific projects that will benefit students for years to come. Tell us more about that.
Absolutely. So we are very fortunate at Riverview to have a foundation that is made up of past graduates, made up of community members, business members that continue to support Riverview and all of the needs for the entire Riverview school community. Our goal is to raise $60,000 in our 60 for 60 campaign, which kicks off tonight. This evening beginning at 6 p.m. and will last through Sunday. So we're raising funds for really 4 major areas, really for our Stars to Starfish program that supports the community, and then also not only Sarasota County students, but then students across other counties as well. We're also raising certainly for our academic programs to make sure that our students continue to achieve at high levels and to make sure that our students and our teachers really have what they need to support the learning of our students. Our athletic programs also, we know that students are using pole vault mats and lots of other materials, so we're raising money for that as well.
I know you're trying to reach out to Riverview alums and parents. How can they help out with this effort?
Absolutely. They can go to our Riverview Foundation website, and when they go to the website, www.rhsfoundation.org, they'll see a link that they can click. We can certainly give money right away. The campaign officially starts and kicks off this evening, but the portal is open and they can log on and give money today.
Well, again, it is called 60 Hours of Giving for 60 Years of Excellence as the school tries to raise $60,000. It begins tonight, as you heard Paul say, at 6 and ends Sunday at 6. You can go to rhsfoundation.org to donate and find more information about this great effort. Paul, thanks so much for being here, and we wish you the best of luck with this effort over the weekend.
Thank you.
Okay. In the spotlight tonight, the 30th annual Taste of Manatee. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more.
Taste of Manatee is coming back to Riverwalk after being away for 3 years.
In the park area here, we're going to have the music and the stage set up here. We've got a great lineup of bands this year, and of course this is all free to attend. We have Kim Betts and the Gamble Street Band, Jaw Movement playing reggae, the Big Daddy Band, and the Bearded Brothers.
There'll be 20 local restaurants with booths set up in the parking lot area. They will be competing in 4 different categories.
Best entree, best appetizer. We added best local ingredients. Our focus is local Manatee.
3 Manatee County culinary schools will also be competing. There'll also be arts and crafts booths, and you don't have to worry about missing the big game.
We have a tiki bar tent with big screen TVs for the college football games on Saturday.
And it's not all about fun. The West Bradenton Rotary Club hopes to raise $20,000 for 3 local community service organizations.
The Boys and Girls Clubs of Manatee County that take care of our children. Meals on Wheels Plus in the Food Bank of Manatee that feeds Manatee in many different ways through the senior programs and through the food bank. And a special project by the Rotary Clubs of Manatee County. It's an all-inclusive playground in 3 of the parks here in Manatee County.
A Taste of Manatee, a celebration of all things Manatee County has to offer.
It's all about local and our community, whether it's the restaurants, the bands, the music. It's all about our community and supporting our community out here on the waterfront.
And admission is free. The stage is going to be right here in this area. Just bring your lawn chair or a blanket, get some good food and drink, sit back and enjoy the great music. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Linda, thank you so much. Let's get back to the kitchen now. John is there with Samuel Ray from Tsunami Sushi and Hibachi Grill.
Always fun having Chef Sam in the kitchen. Good to see you, sir.
Good to be back.
Mostly because when you come here, Everything smells so good. Even before you start cooking, it smells so good, all of your ingredients that you use in your style of cooking. What you doing for us today?
Today we're doing a chicken lo mein.
Nice.
Are you ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I've got a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil here. We're going to put 2 shredded chicken breasts in there.
Okay.
Now this recipe's for about 4 people. If you wanted to do bigger, then, you know, just add a couple more chicken breasts there.
And you're cooking in, what is it, olive oil or corn oil? Or?
Yeah, this is vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
So we're just going to let that cook for a couple of minutes. We'll come over here and look at some of our ingredients, if that sounds good.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is fresh ginger.
Nice.
So very, very aromatic. I love it.
It smells great. Yeah, it really does.
And then this is just soy sauce. We're going to add those in there with our chicken, let it cook a little bit.
I was astounded when I went into my first Oriental market at how many different kinds of soy sauces there are.
You wouldn't believe it either.
Unbelievable, because I'm used to, just a regular grocery store where they have, 1 or 2
One or
brands,
two. Well,
right?
usually they have kikkoman, and that's actually one of my favorites. And
Is
that's
that right?
what we use at Tsunami. It's good stuff.
Oh, good.
It's
I've been
good
doing it
stuff.
right all this time
Yeah,
then. and Didn't
who
even
knew?
know it. Okay,
Who
good.
knew?
Good to know.
So our chicken's going to cook here for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to go over what we've got as far as sauce. We have a little bit more soy sauce. Then we have a hoisin sauce is here. This is brown sugar, sesame oil, black pepper, and then all that's going to go in there and cook with these vegetables we've got over here, which is going to be your shiitake mushrooms.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
I don't know if you like. Some people love them. Some people hate them.
I do.
Yeah,
They
you
give
like
that
them?
kind of a woody
okay, good.
flavor.
Yeah,
It's good stuff.
And then we've got some Napa cabbage shredded here, red onion, carrot, and green onions. And then lastly is our noodles.
Okay. Looks
So-
like you pre-cooked those too.
You want to, they come in a package usually. These are yakisoba noodles. If you wanted to use like udon noodles or even ramen noodles, you could, based on what you had at home. But you want to have those cooked.
Ate a lot of ramen noodles in my day.
Didn't we all? Didn't we all? We like to not talk about it. Right. But it's kind of cool now. People are doing crazy things with ramen noodles.
Oh, it's popular. It's
Yeah.
so popular again. I guess, all of us of a certain age who ate them in college are now,
Right.
looking
Well,
forward
they're
to the
not
next
the
level
same.
of culinary
They're not
experience.
the same as the
No,
the
not
ones
even
that
close, no.
we microwaved in college.
Nope, nothing like, nothing like.
So we're going to add our sauce ingredients here. For the sake of TV, we'll.
And what was that one
rush
again
this.
that you're putting in now?
This is hoisin sauce.
Hoisin. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a barbecue sauce? Is that what you would say it is?
It's
or
a
what?
little bit sweet, yeah. You can actually substitute barbecue sauce if you can't find it.
Okay.
Okay, and then the first one was oyster sauce, which is going to be a little bit earthy, kind of like, it helps with the mushrooms. Black pepper here, sesame oil, which is always good to keep at home. It's very aromatic as well. And then brown sugar.
Is that light or dark that you're using there?
This is a light brown sugar. The
Okay.
dark, I think, is a little too much
A little too
sometimes.
molassesy?
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and throw our vegetables in here, too.
Okay.
Cup of shiitake mushrooms. 1 red onion sliced.
Oh, these are all such good, healthy ingredients.
I know, until we put the noodles in.
Well, still.
And then we got julienne carrots and shredded Napa cabbage. So we're going to let that all cook, and then basically the last step is to put your vegetables in there, mix it up, make sure your chicken is good and cooked.
And while you mix that up and plate it, I'm going to remind everybody that the recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. You can go on there, click on the dining link button, and it will take you right there with all of Sam's video instructions and his grocery list as well. So then when you plate it up on the noodles, it looks just like it does over here. Absolutely gorgeous. They got that shot for you.
Okay.
It all looks good. Sam, thanks so much for coming in today.
Oh,
Appreciate your
pleasure,
time.
Tom. Thank you.
Smells fantastic. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
For 30 years, it's been an honor for the Michaels on East team to serve you.
We love that our restaurant, wine cellar, and ballroom have become your favorite gathering places, and we love catering your parties.
From everyday celebrations to life's greatest occasions, please join us soon for new culinary adventures. A toast to 30 years.
And to many more.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. House Republicans releasing their tax bill today. After delays, debate, and speculation, they're finally revealing the details of the bill that President Trump says is essential to American competitiveness. ABC's Lana Zach has more on who will benefit.
The Tax Cut and Jobs Act will deliver real relief for people in the middle, people who are also striving to get there.
Republicans are promising that their overhaul of the American tax system will benefit businesses and the American working class.
With this plan, the typical family of four will save $1,182 a year on their taxes.
Among the major changes, the corporate tax rate will be slashed from 35% to 20%. The standard deduction for middle-class families will roughly double, and the child tax care credit will increase from $1,000 to $1,600. But there are ways that Americans may be paying more in taxes. Mortgage interest deductions on future home purchases will be capped at $500,000, and state and local deductions will be capped at $10,000, which may be a blow to middle-class families living in high-tax areas. The administration is putting pressure on Congress to pass the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act immediately, but not all Republicans are confident that it can get done that quickly.
What they're talking about before Thanksgiving, how you can vote on, how you can debate, study, and learn about something in 2 weeks and vote on it, which is going to impact maybe the next 20 or 30 years. It's, to me, we should spend a lot more time on it.
And Democrats are even more skeptical of the plan.
Repeal the estate tax, create a huge new loophole for wealthy individuals. This sure doesn't fit the bill of helping the middle class.
One thing that's not changing, your taxes on your 401ks. But of course, all of this is now subject to additional debate as the House now moves forward with this bill. Reporting from Washington, Lana Zach, ABC News.
Closer to home, a Bradenton man is facing marijuana charges. Manatee County Sheriff's Detective issuing a search warrant against Thomas DeLandro. They found vials of THC oil used in electronic cigarettes and packets of THC wax. Detectives estimate the street value of the drugs seized to be approximately $200,000. He's being charged with possession of marijuana with intent to sell within 1,000 feet of a church. Bradenton Police hosting a community squad meeting today. This is a chance for the public to interact one-on-one with police officers and talk about issues that affect their neighborhood. But earlier this morning, most of the people there just wanted to thank the officers for their service.
Church this morning, I did think that there was something going on with all the squad cars around, and I was very relieved to hear that there was a group of individuals here to make their presence known.
We're here all the time. We're always in your neighborhoods, but you're in your neighborhood all the time. You're the eyes and ears of your neighborhood. Please share what you learn and what you see and what you hear with us so we can help.
Bradenton PD also debuting its armored surveillance vehicle, which the agency will use to drive around neighborhoods with high crime rates. Police have another community squad meeting scheduled for later this afternoon. That one will be near the Salvation Army in Bradenton from 4 until 8 p.m. The safety patrols at an elementary school in Bradenton are getting new badges today. It's all thanks to Bradenton Police Chief Melanie Bevan. During a recent visit to Ballard Elementary School, she noticed the safety patrols didn't have badges on their patrol belts. So she remembered how she was proud of that badge when she was in their shoes. So Bradenton Police purchased shiny new badges for all those kids who are serving as role models in their schools. We'll have more on this story and the kids' reactions coming up in our evening newscast beginning at 5 o'clock. Did you do that as a kid, John? Were you safety patrol?
No. Never got to.
Yeah.
I was always kind of envious, though. I thought that was kind of a cool job to have.
Yeah, definitely.
The stop sign and everything.
Yeah, a lot of responsibility.
No, never selected for that one.
Me neither.
But in retirement, who knows? Maybe,
you
know, it sounds like a great job, actually.
Yep.
Looking at some clear skies out there, some blue skies right now. It's going to be a lovely afternoon, no doubt about it. Lakewood Ranch webcam put into motion. Doesn't show much in the way of any kind of developing cloud cover. And you know what? I think if we see any today, it's going to be the high, thin variety. Nothing that will prevent the sun from shining brightly and warming us up nicely. Look how few clouds there are out there. The satellite view across the state shows those clouds' origin as being the Atlantic. There's a large fetch of air coming in on an easterly flow over the Atlantic, picking up some moisture, creating a few clouds and slinging them back in this direction. But the air is very dry, basically, and so there's just not a lot of opportunity for those clouds to grow, only in a very thin layer of the atmosphere. 77 in Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch. 78, Mayaca City, Arcadia, Wauchula, Northport. 80 degrees in Punta Gorda, 77 in Inglewood and Venice, and Longboat Key comes in at 76. Today, we will see our temperatures get a little warmer than they were 24 hours ago, probably around 83 or so for a daytime high, and no rain in today's forecast. Complete forecast details for the days ahead coming up in just a few, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. The Me Too effect spreading to Ivy League campuses, both Dartmouth and Columbia University taking action against professors accused of sexual misconduct. 3 Dartmouth professors are under criminal investigation for alleged sexual misconduct, and one high-profile Columbia professor stepping down from his position this week because of a sexual harassment allegation that has spanned 3 decades. Earlier last month, a doctoral student hoping to remain anonymous filed a lawsuit against the professor. The university under scrutiny now because apparently it was a well-known problem there for years.
I was told to just stop working with him and to ignore him, which didn't work. And I think that they also felt hesitant to get involved because he's such a high-profile figure.
In an email to students, the university said, quote, Columbia must be a place where students and scholars are able to pursue their academic work free from worry about harassment of any sort. As for the 3 professors at Dartmouth, they've been placed on paid leave by the college, and officials are not revealing any specific details on that investigation. The University of Hartford taking action against a freshman who took to social media to brag about harassing her roommate. In an Instagram post, Brianna Brochu refers to spitting in her coconut oil, putting moldy clam dip in her lotions, and putting her toothbrush where the sun doesn't shine, claiming she'd successfully driven away her African-American roommate. Chanel Jazzy Rose said she immediately alerted the university, and Brochure was arrested last week.
I keep looking at this paragraph, right? Because the paragraph says so much stuff she's done. And at the same time, she says she's done so much more. I don't know this so much more.
Rowe taking to Facebook to tell her story and getting more than 1 million views, claiming the university should have done more. Brocha is charged with breach of peace and criminal mischief. She's no longer a student at the university. Meanwhile, Sarasota Police Department is doing its part to stop bullying in schools. As part of their Kids Against Bullying program, police officers and Brookside Middle School students work together to combat bullying through peer counseling. KAB started with 17 students and has now doubled to more than 30 students this year. And since it formed in January of last year, the school's resource officer says he's seen a dramatic reduction in the amount of reported incidents on and off campus. One Sarasota resident is being recognized by France for his service in World War II. 103-year-old Gus Andrione was presented France's highest distinction last month, the Order of the Legion of Honor Medal. The Observer reporting the award was established by Napoleon Bonaparte to commend civilians and soldiers based on merit. Locally, Andrione is known for his golf game. He's the oldest person on record to get a hole-in-one on a regulation golf course and continues to shoot under his age. Today, all Suncoast veterans are getting recognized. USF Sarasota Manatee is hosting its annual Veteran Appreciation Day. It's a family event with activities throughout the day, and veterans of all ages are invited. Lunch is served until 4 today in the Rotunda at the USF Sarasota Manatee campus, right across the street from the airport. Still to come in your Suncoast News, surprise, surprise, retailers want your money. This holiday season, they're coming up with some new ways to get it by offering you better deals. We'll tell you which stores are upping their game. Coming up.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Holding at 78, we've been there throughout the hour, not really varying all that much. Dew point coming in at 61, calm winds right now. 56% relative humidity. That feels pretty comfortable, I think. 78 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca. 77 in Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Venice, Inglewood. 76 at Longboat Key, so you get the picture. Temperatures are generally speaking almost everywhere in the upper 70s, on their way to the 80-degree mark, which will hit, in the next hour probably, and then top it out at probably 82, 3, maybe in inland areas, some 84s around. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, bringing us the fair skies, the sunny skies, mild temperatures, the increase in humidity thanks to the east wind on the underbelly of that high. And then a kind of meandering, somewhat complicated jet stream to the north, producing frontal boundary at the surface that has little areas of low pressure all along it. A series of little low pressure areas will be rippling through parts of the Pacific Northwest. That'll be creating some rain showers along the coastline. If you're traveling to Seattle, it's going to be rainy there. What's new, right? And it's going to have some snow. They're going to have some snow in the Olympic, Cascade Mountain Ranges, Northern Rockies. We'll see some pretty good accumulation in some of those mountain passes. Maybe 2 feet of snow in some of the mountaintops. Also, little areas of low pressure rippling through parts of the Ohio Valley and the deep south, northern Gulf waters, northern Gulf Coast, creating some potential for some isolated pockets of stronger storms. There could be some airport delays at places like Little Rock or Cincinnati. Could see some airport delays. Chicago Airport might see some low clouds that cause delays. High pressure, though, for us continues to bring us that easterly wind flow, northeasterly wind flow, and you can see it kind of tries to draw down some of those rain showers to the state of Florida, but once they hit the state, move over land, they really die out pretty quickly. So mostly sunny skies, just a bit warmer today and still dry. This is the water vapor imagery, shows you that dry air just streaming across the state, and this little kink up here that you see, that's what's going to twist our winds around to a more northerly direction with time. The Futurecast shows a few of those clouds moving in, riding on that easterly wind flow, but really no rain in the forecast for us. All of these showers that kind of move over land just dissipate pretty quickly as they make that trip across the peninsula, so don't expect much out of that. Titan radar across the state, free and clear of any echoes. As I mentioned, it's really parts of the deep south through the Ohio Valley stretching on up into down east Maine where the rain showers will be occurring. Still people up there without power, you know, still getting their power back on after that nor'easter. Snow showers at high elevations and rain showers in the Pacific Northwest at this hour. And there's the zone where you might see some of the stronger storms, particularly in the deep south. State of Florida, not going to see much of anything. Forecast for boating, nice day for boating. Northeast wind switching to a northerly wind by this evening and overnight. In the afternoon, we'll see probably an east wind for most of the day. 2-foot seas, light chop, nice boating weather. Forecast calls for a nice couple of days in store for you with a mix of sunshine and fair weather. Don't forget to turn those clocks back on Sunday. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thanks. Retailers are looking for new and creative ways to attract shoppers, stepping up their games online and in stores. Amazon has opened an online store filled with Black Friday discounts, while Kohl's is hoping to attract customers by emphasizing how much shoppers can save by stacking coupons and other deals. And Sears, which has struggled to keep up with other retailers, announced that Sears and Kmart stores have launched a holiday blowout promotion that will last through November 25th. Starbucks holiday cups are back, and they've got a brand new look this year. Starbucks scrapped its bold red design for a DIY-friendly cup. It features a stack of presents, a Christmas tree, doves, 2 people holding hands, and lots of white space. That's so customers can show their holiday spirit by coloring in a design for themselves. Gender equality is on a downslide. According to the latest World Economic Forum report, equality is in retreat for the first time since 2006. The findings are based on gender imbalances in education, politics, health, and in the workplace. Of the 144 countries in the report, the United States was ranked 49th. That's 4 spots lower from the last report. And then 11 years ago, the U.S. was in 23rd place, so the drop is even more. The researchers say no country is equal when it comes to work and economic opportunities, but the top country for gender equality is Iceland, followed by Norway and Finland. When it comes to saving money, Americans are not the best at that. According to a new study, one generation, though, has become super savers, and you may be surprised to find out who is pinching their pennies. Mary Maloney has the details.
It can be easy to mock millennials. The tech-savvy generation is seemingly selfie-obsessed. But according to a new Bankrate.com study, when millennials aren't on social media, they're saving money.
Having had a front row seat for the financial crisis and that coming during their financially formative years has really had an impact on millennials and some of their financial habits in particular. Millennials are much more focused on saving.
Not only are millennials putting money away, many don't even want a credit card.
A large percentage of millennials shy away from credit cards altogether, and those that do have a greater tendency to want to pay that balance in full every month and play the rewards game.
If you want to save like a millennial, pay yourself first. Every paycheck, direct deposit money into a dedicated savings account and contribute to a 401k.
Americans are woefully undersaved on both emergencies as well as retirement. And, in a lot of cases, it's simply because of a lack of prioritization. The data that we're seeing on millennials and their savings habits, they do the saving first and then build their lifestyle around what's left, rather than the other way around, where building your lifestyle based on what you earn and then trying to save the scraps of what's left over.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission is recalling more than 37 million Kidde fire extinguishers. The reason? These extinguishers can become clogged or require excessive force to discharge and can fail to activate in an emergency. In addition, the nozzle can detach with enough force to pose a hazard. At least one death has been blamed on these faulty extinguishers. The recall involves more than 140 different models between 1973 and this past September. Consumers with such extinguishers should contact the company for a free replacement and instructions on how to return those faulty units. Just a reminder, if you want to stay up to date on the latest breaking news and local alerts, it'll be sent right to your phone instantly. iPhone and iPad users will need to download our new news app. Just go to your app store and search for WWSB or My Suncoast. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Victoria's Secret announced the model that will be wearing this year's fantasy bra at their annual lingerie fashion show. I know you've been wondering about this. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
Attention blood thinner users. If your loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The widely prescribed blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to a number of dangerous side effects, including internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, kidney bleeding, stroke, brain hemorrhaging, and even death. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
Do you need a good laugh? Starting November 1st at the Players Center, everything that can go wrong does go wrong in the smash hit comedy Moon Over Buffalo. This wild Broadway series production shows what happens both on stage and off. Contact the Players at 365-2494 or at theplayers.org. The show must go on with Moon Over Buffalo.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and Bobeth Yates for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Victoria's Secret angel Laís Ribeiro has been chosen to wear the 2017 Fantasy Bra on the runway at the lingerie company's annual fashion show. Now, this bra has been valued at $2 million. It's made of diamonds, yellow sapphires, topaz, and it's more than 600 carats. The single mom wore the bra for the first time in front of cameras Tuesday at the company's Fifth Avenue store in New York. This year's location for the show is Shanghai. Looks pretty good, I guess. A movie about the life of Hugh Hefner is on hold thanks to sex assault allegations against Brett Ratner. Ratner was due to direct the film, but after several women came forward accusing him of assault in an LA Times article, that project's now on hold. Playboy says it's deeply troubled by the claims and wants to review the situation. Ratner has denied all allegations. Queen Bee has joined The Lion King. Beyoncé will be the voice of Nala, Simba's childhood friend and later love interest. The voice cast includes the star power of Donald Glover as Simba, James Earl Jones is back as Mufasa, Alfred Woodard as Sarabi, John Oliver as Zazu, and Seth Rogen will voice Pumbaa. The film will open in July of 2019, so we got some time to wait for that one.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, those films are classic in any form, in the theater, you know, on film.
Yeah, and those voices are just a great blend.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
absolutely.
great.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Have a great afternoon, and we hope to see you again at 5.
Take the trolley to Siesta Beach for the Crystal Classic Sand Sculpting Festival, November 10th through 13th. See master sand sculptors create works of art. It's family fun with hands-on kids activities, sand sculpting lessons, music, food, a party tent, and more. Visit SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.